Hello?
Are you Mrs. Jessica Chang?
Yes?
Do you know a Mr. Kelvin Lee?
Oh, yes, he's my client.
I'm Officer Philip calling from the Royal Malaysian Customs Department at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. According to the law, all visitors to Malaysia must make a declaration if they are carrying any amount over $10,000 into the country. Your client, Mr. Lee, was caught carrying $5 million and he has been detained.
What?
Mr. Lee said that you will pay the currency declaration fee for his release.
How much is the fee?
14,000 Singapore dollars.
14,000?
And if you pay online, there is no administration fee, so it's only $12,430.
Oh,
To pay online, you need to transfer the fee to account number 096.
hello?
Hello, ma'am. This is Officer Philip again. Just wanted to let you know that we have received your payment.
Okay, good. So will Calvin be released?
Yes, ma'am. We will process his release in 3 working days. Hello, ma'am. This is Officer Philip.
Has Calvin Lee been released?
No, we discovered that he's lacking an anti-money laundering clearance certificate.
What?
You need to pay $25,000 and including taxes will be $28,000.
But I already paid so much money.
No! That was a release amount for the customs department. You need to listen properly, ma'am. Pay attention when we tell you the details so that you don't let your friend end up in jail. Understand? Now, listen. Mr. Lee failed to fill up the anti-money laundering form. Without this clearance certificate, Mr. Lee's money will get confiscated.
You mean the whole US $5 million?
Yes. Then he won't have any money to buy properties, so no commission for you. And he won't have any money to repay the $12,430 he owes you for the currency clearance fee.
But my husband will be so angry if he finds out.
Ma'am, please transfer the money to this bank account.
This way.
Once you transfer the money, you will see Kelvin Lee at the airport soon.
How come yet another payment? Different account number? Different department?
Don't worry, you're doing the right thing. The law requires that we follow the strict procedure because money laundering is a very serious offense.
I've already paid yet another huge amount. I'm getting worried. I even have to borrow money from other people. I think I better talk to my husband about this. My mind is so muddled up right now.
No, this is strictly confidential. You can't tell anyone or else you break the whole legal agreement. Understand?
$100,000?
Yes, ma'am. We need an IMF certificate in order to release Kelvin Lee and the money he's carrying.
But you told me he'll be released the last time. That was supposed to be the last payment.
Ma'am, please let me explain clearly for you, okay? We've already been through so many steps. Don't back out suddenly. It'll be such a waste.
But I don't have enough money. I can't help him anymore.
Ma'am, why are you hesitating? Mr. Lee needs your help now.
I know, but I can't.
This one unsuccessful.
Smells good. Dear, have you been using the money from our joint account recently?
It's for work.
12,430, 25,000, 48,000. What type of work expenses are these?
Dear, all these are advance payments. Don't worry, I'll get it all back. My client Calvin Lee is detained at the Malaysian customs at the KL airport. I need to pay all sorts of fees just to get him released.
What type of fees?
Currency declaration fee, anti-money laundering fee, and the IMF cert.
But according to the bank statement, you transferred all the money to Singapore bank accounts. IMF clearance cert. Let me Google that.
It's a scam.
Have you ever met Calvin Lee in person before?
No.
Video calls? Would you be able to recognize his voice?
It has just been messages via Facebook and WhatsApp.
Tell me how you got to know him.
It all started when I launched my property agent Facebook page.
I think you look prettier in the other photo.
No, I look more professional in this one.
If I see a profile with a smiling face, I'll tend to click on that one instead.
That's when Calvin Lee started to message me. He said he lost contact with all his friends after 20 years away. So he was looking for a Singapore property agent when he came across my Facebook page. Then we swapped numbers and started messaging over WhatsApp.
I need all your information on Calvin Lee. His number, his Facebook profile, the Malaysian numbers you receive calls from, the bank account numbers you transferred money to.
This is the bank statement.
Commercial fraud case?
Yes, it's quite a large sum. Altogether, the victims transferred a total of $287,630.
How did they move so much money?
That's what we need to find out. If you know where the money went, we know who's behind this. Simon, find out who Calvin Lee is and trace the calls from Malaysia. Lukman, check the bank accounts that the victims transferred the money to.
Sure. Yes, do you know what time the withdrawal was made? 123-918. This Calvin Lee that the victims talk about has a dummy Facebook account, populated by accounts bought from a click farm. Even the handphone number is no longer in use.
So it'd be difficult to trace him. How about Officer Philip?
I did a trace on the locations of the call, but it's a dead end. All we know for sure is that the calls originated from Malaysia.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Lukman?
I've checked with the banks about the accounts that the victim transferred the money to. According to their records, shortly after the transfers were made, the money was withdrawn from a few ATMs. I'm still waiting for the banks to send me the ATM CCTV footage.
Who owned these bank accounts that were used for the money transfers?
That's the interesting part. They were all opened on the same date by the same person. Right?
Ho Fang Fang, 73 years old, retiree.
She can't be the scammer.
Maybe it's someone she knows, like a relative.
Okay, here's the plan. Lukman, go through the CCTV footage as soon as it gets here. Simon, you're with me. Let's pay Madam Ho a visit.
请坐。你们喝水吗？
不用，谢谢。何女士，你一个人住吗？
是的，我的老公在几年前去世了。
何女士，我们必须问你一下问题。去年8月，你是不是开了3个银行户口？
我只是按照别人的指示去做的。
是谁叫你这么做的？
你们的一个同事打电话给我，从什么 ACI 的打来的。
ICA 移民与关卡局。
是的，他说如果没有照他的话去做，他会来捉我。
今天你没有去巴萨？
等一下才去，我先休息，我的膝盖有点痛。
Hello, is this Ho Fang Fang?
我不懂你讲什么，可以讲华语吗？
这里是 ICA， 我是 Larry 警长。你现在是一个人吗？
我跟一个朋友在一起。
你必须去一个很安静的地方，我要跟你谈一件很紧急、很重要的事。
发生了什么事？
在7个外籍劳工的假工作准证的申请表格上出现了你的名字。
但是我没有做过什么事。
你的名字是何芳芳吗？
是的，但是我没有做过这样的事。
你知道警方已经取得逮捕令，随时可以抓你吗？
请你帮帮我，我不想被警方逮捕。
我可以帮你，不过你必须做一件事，协助我们进行调查。你必须开3个银行户口。
银行要我签了很多表格，搞到我都不知道自己签了什么。
别担心，我是 ICA 的职员，这表示我是替政府打工的，就跟警察一样。只要照我的话去做，你就会没事了。把提款卡寄给我，我一收到就会跟银行查证，看看你是不是涉及这起工作准证诈骗案。如果你是无辜的，我们就不会再调查你。
所以我把提款卡寄给他。
你还有寄出提款卡的地址吗？
没有，但是我记得是在柔佛新山的某个地方。
何女士，你不应该开设银行户口，把那些提款卡交给那个打电话给你的人。这样做，歹徒就会利用你的提款卡来干案。
但是来电的人说他在政府部门工作，并且威胁要逮捕我。
如果你或者你的朋友将来收到这类的电话，不要惊慌，也不要相信打电话来的人，因为政府官员绝对不会通过电话要求您这样做。
好的。
What kind of a person would scam an old lady like that?
It's very possible that this Inspector Larry that Fang Fang talked to could be the same person that contacted Jessica.
I'm Officer Philip calling from the Royal Malaysian Customs Department. 我是 ICA 的职员。I'm a serious buyer looking for a big house in Singapore. It's time to come home.
Ryan, you got a lead. The banks got back to me. The withdrawals were made from 3 different ATMs, but within the same vicinity. Same person each time.
What time were the withdrawals made?
10:15 p.m., 11:05 p.m., and 10:35 a.m.
Those aren't normal working hours. She's probably working at one of the shops there. Mobilize the officers. We work the ground. See if anyone recognizes her.
Sure, sir.
7 Amos, I want to take the ground floor. Harold means to take a third level.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Investigation Officer Hairul Arifin. Have you seen this person?
No, I haven't.
Excuse me.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Senior Investigation Officer Ryan Yue.
Have you seen this person?
Oh, I know her. She came here a few times. At first, she didn't buy anything. She just wanted to test some perfume, she said. But last time, she finally bought a nice perfume.
When was this, ma'am?
Around 2 weeks ago?
Did she ever mention her name?
No.
Do you know where she works?
She said she works at the spa upstairs. As a therapist, but I can't really remember the name. Oh, B.O.
Does she work here?
She used to. She suddenly quit last week. I think she went back to Malaysia. Some urgent family matter.
She's Malaysian? I need all her particulars.
I have to go and find. Please wait. I knew I shouldn't have hired her. She always has boyfriend problems, and she likes to argue with all the customers.
Thank you. Ask IC to run a check on this.
Sure.
Please call me immediately if Björk returns.
Bjork's address was a non-starter. It's a rental unit, and according to the other tenants I spoke to, she moved out last week after she quit her job.
But according to ICA, she hasn't left the country yet.
With no place to stay and no source of income, she has to return to Malaysia soon. All we have to do is just wait for her to make her move.
Next. Look out, please. Thumbprint, please. Okay. I need to refer you to the office. Please wait.
You were seen withdrawing money from the following ATMs. Are the withdrawals made from your own bank accounts?
No,
Then who do these accounts belong to?
I don't know.
Then why were you withdrawing money from them? Who is Kelvin Lee and Inspector Larry?
Who are they? I don't know them. I only know a 大哥. I met 大哥 when I was working in JB. My boyfriend, he likes to go Berjaya waterfront to club. I prefer to stay at home. No man.
Doesn't your boyfriend pay for your drinks?
No.
Doesn't sound like a gentleman.
But I found a job in Singapore. Doing the same thing, but better pay.
Good idea.
What happened to your hand?
Car accident. You know I got some business in Singapore. Do you want to earn some extra money? Think about it.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just go to a few ATMs in Singapore and help me to withdraw some money.
Withdraw money with these ATM cards.
Yes. And bring the money back to me, here in JB. I'll pay you $100 each time you do it.
Ho Fang Fang. Who is that?
A friend?
$100.
Yes.
How much do you withdraw altogether for 大哥?
I don't know. I made several withdrawals in the last 1 month.
Then what happened?
Then I went back to Malaysia and met 大哥.
Everything looks in order. Nah, for you.
Thank you.
Now you can show your boyfriend who's the boss.
So, what do I do next?
Just go back to Singapore and wait for my next call.
Okay. He stopped calling since last week. And when I tried calling him, the number's no longer in use. I thought he got arrested. So, I got scared and thought I'd better go back to Malaysia.
So, do you have any other way of contacting him?
Fong Biok was found guilty of money laundering offences and sentenced to 14 months imprisonment. In the case you've just seen, the suspect who acted as a money mule for a scam syndicate was arrested following extensive investigation efforts by officers from the Commercial Affairs Department. Scammers operate anonymously and their online identities can be easily created and discarded. Some of such scams can be elaborate and involve multiple parties, as well as multi-layered transactions. Coupled with the fact that most scam syndicates operate overseas, there are judicial difficulties for the police to trace and arrest the mastermind. The police would like to advise members of the public to exercise caution when dealing with strangers online. Do not remit or transfer money to people whom you do not know well, especially those you have met online. Take note of the following points when you receive unsolicited calls. No government agencies will request for your personal details or transfer of money over the phone. Never reveal your personal banking details to strangers. Ignore the caller's instructions if in doubt. Be wary of people offering commission for transferring or collecting money on their behalf. Do not be a money mule. Those who are involved in such criminal activities will be investigated. Anyone found guilty of money laundering offences may be jailed up to 10 years and fined up to $500,000. Members of the public are advised to report such activities to the police immediately. If you witness anything suspicious or illegal, do call the police hotline at 1-800-255-0000. You can also submit information online via Eyewitness at police.gov.sg/eyewitness or through our Police at SG application. All information will be kept strictly confidential.
Scam alert.
In 2017, the police received 326 reports of business email impersonation scams involving $43 million being cheated from the victims. In the first 5 months of 2018 alone, the police received 144 reports when $16.4 million were cheated from the victims. Scammers may hack into email accounts and monitor the business email correspondence between the victims and their suppliers. They will then use spoofed email addresses to impersonate the supplier and trick the victim into transferring money to their bank accounts instead. Here are some examples of spoofed email addresses. Small details like swapping the letter L with the number 1, omitting letters like I or L, or even adding a different domain suffix are telltale signs that these emails could be compromised by scammers. In some cases, the scammers will even go to the extent of copying the email signatures, business logos, messaging formats, and styles of the actual suppliers to make the email appear genuine. Victims who are duped by these spoofed emails will then proceed to transfer the money according to the scammer's instructions. Unfortunately, once the money is transferred, it is very difficult to recover them, as the scammers will act quickly to withdraw or transfer the money out of their accounts. To avoid becoming a victim of such scams, you are advised to be mindful of any changes in payment instructions and bank accounts provided by your business partners. Call them to seek confirmation whenever there are such changes. Use secure networks to reduce the risk of email hacking. Install security software such as antivirus and firewalls and keep them updated. Educate your employees on such scams, especially those who are responsible for making fund transfers. To seek scam-related advice, you may call the National Crime Prevention Council's anti-scam helpline at 1-800-722-6688 or go to scamalert.sg. We've come to the end of this episode of Crimewatch. If you have any feedback, do drop us an email. I'm DSP Jonathan Naoyong. Until next time, do your part to prevent, deter, and detect crimes.